What is going on, world? What's up, everyone? It's Zero here. Today I'm bringing you guys a brand new Starcraft 2 video. This one was played at Blizzcon 2018, which of course is the global finals of Starcraft 2, spawning here in the bottom right-hand corner of Acid Plant LE, playing with the blue Zerg pieces, very well known in the Starcraft 2 scene. His name is none other than Nerchio. And his opponent, spawning in the cross position, playing with the red Protoss pieces. He is very well known as one of the best Protoss players currently playing StarCraft 2. His name is Classic. So, guys and girls, I'm very excited about this matchup between these two juggernauts of the Protoss and Zerg races. I think it's going to be an absolutely incredible matchup between these two players, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am to be casting this game for all of you, because this, of course, was played at BlizzCon 2018. As I said, global finals of StarCraft 2, the biggest tournament of the year for these players, and this is actually, this matchup in this series, best of 3 series, was played in Group D of the actual pool play at BlizzCon. So every game does count when you're looking at the grand scheme of things. It's very important to win these group stage matches so you can move on to the bracket play, which is essentially the playoffs in the StarCraft 2 tournaments. So here we go, guys. Nerchio, our Zerg player, is going to go with that very common hatch gas pool opener, and our Protoss player, Classic, is going to go ahead, get his gateway into the natural nexus, and then of course the cybernetics core. So nothing is too out of the ordinary as of yet. Relatively standard by both players. Nerchio, guys, I have said this quite a bit, is actually one of my favorite Zerg players to watch. I've been watching this guy for a while, and he is really a lot of fun to watch. He's a really great Zerg player, and you know, Classic, guys, as I said, has you know, very well known as one of the best current you know, Protoss players out there in the on the circuit. And, you know, I think he can be compared to people, you know, players like Showtime and Stats and some of these other guys who are absolutely incredible with the Protoss pieces. He is definitely in that conversation as one of the best out there. Nerchio is going to go ahead and get a third hatchery out here relatively soon, and he is also going to be going for that Zergling speed upgrade, whereas Classic is going to get the warp gate researched here very early on. He's going to shade in. I'm guessing probably not going to commit. No, he is not. Looks like he is just trying to, that is Classic, going to try to get some scouting information in here shortly. But it does look like another gateway is going to be coming in here for Classic. And as I said, you know, pretty standard by both players. Out of the Stargate is going to be coming a Phoenix, followed by an Oracle. So it does look like Classic is now going to show his hand as to what he is planning on doing. We are going to see more and more Queens coming out here for Nerchio. We see a lot of Zerg players decide to do that simply to really get the creep spread going, as well as having a very solid defense in the event that there is mass Phoenixes or Oracles. Lair is going to be coming in here for Nerchio, so we're going to see those Lair units coming up here relatively shortly. We are going to see the robotics facility as well as the Twilight Council for Classic. So we're starting to kind of see, as we pass the 4-minute mark, it does seem like both of these players are kind of giving each other a lot of respect right now, and they look to be kind of just macroing up a bigger and bigger economy to start this game, and both will most likely go ahead and kind of just try to get a little bit of that scouting information in. Does look like that Oracle and that Phoenix are trying to find an angle here, not really getting one as of yet. We are going to see a Baneling nest coming in here for Nerchio, so he is planning on moving into Banelings And so we're probably going to see Lingbane Hydra most likely, because we are going to see the Hydralisk Den coming in here as well. So Lings, Banes, and Hydras, I like, you know, that's one of my favorite compositions out there. You know, really reminds me of the Heart of the Swarm when that was, you know, the popular, of course, game that when that released. Lingbane Hydra was a massive composition that a lot of Zerg players went for. Does look like Nerchio is going to send a Zergling across the map, trying to get a little bit of some scouting information. He's going to see that that third Nexus is now going down here. And I wonder if this is going to trigger a little bit of some aggression here by Nerchio, seeing that that third Nexus has gone down. There are going to be some Zerglings that are going to start running across the right side of the map. We are going to see that War Prism is going to have 2 Archons, so we're going to see some Archon drops here. Does look like those Archons are going to try to do a little bit of some damage here. There is also going to be a Phoenix here, but we do see a surround here on one of those Archons by our Zerg player. Very well done there by Nerchio, getting one of those Archons and almost getting the War Prism. We are going to see the Evolution Chamber now coming in for Nerchio, so he's going to start getting those +1 upgrades. We're going to see Charge finishing up here for Classic, and now it looks like the tech of choice is going to be Immortals coming out of our Protoss player. We do see a couple more Archons are going to be making their way down towards what looks to be possibly the third base location. But there are going to be a decent amount of Hydras and Lings as well as Banelings. But it looks like they are just going to try to keep that creep spread back, because the creep spread is getting close to the half waypoint on the map. So, a little bit of a lull here in the game, but there is still a lot of action going on as far as the upgrades go. Does look like Classic's getting those +1 ground-based unit upgrades, and then we also see the Hydralisk upgrades here coming in. Muscular Augments are going to be finishing up for our Zerg player here in less than 10 seconds. But, you know, both these players, they've played each other so much. They know their, each other's styles, of course, and that makes it such an interesting, matchup to really, go up against, and that's what's so fun about the ZVP matchup. It can be a series of mind games, let's put it that way. Does look like there are now High Templar that are going to be joining in on the fight, and the longer this game goes, I'm going to like the position Classic is in. It does look like we're going to see a couple more gateways coming in. And now we're seeing the Overlord speed upgrade. I love that decision a lot by Nerchio to get the Overlord speed upgrade, the roly-poly upgrade for the Banelings, and then +1 for the ground-based units as well. So, ground weapons level 1 finished up just now here for Classic. Now that these units are starting to get some upgrades, that 4th base is going to be going down here shortly for Classic, and the longer this game goes, I'm going to be a little bit worried for Nerchio. I'm surprised Nerchio is allowing this to happen. He is spreading creep a lot. There is a lot of creep that is starting to move across the map here, kind of moving very near Classic's neck of the woods. Both players have decent-sized armies. It's all going to come down to the engagement, though. We are going to see the Swarm Host switch here for Nerchio. So I do like the decision to get Swarm Host out right now. I think that may provide a lot of value for our Zerg player. Going to try to get some of those creep tumors as this game is approaching the 9-minute mark already. Both players giving each other so much respect up to this point. But I think at one point or another, we are going to see a clash. And both these players have pretty, a decent-sized army. Nerchio has a very scary army that's about to approach that 4th base location. Here we go. Some of those storms are going to start landing. Those, right on top of all of those, the Swarm Host Locust. Beautiful play here so far by Classic. Getting a lot of value out of those storms. Absolutely huge, but it does look like more and more Zerg is moving towards that 4th base location. Gonna try to go in with all those Banelings rolling in, not doing very much damage whatsoever. It does look like maybe, just maybe, Nerchio is gonna be able to break through, get that 4th base location, which is exactly what he does. And now it looks like he's going to start to move home at this point. Beautiful play there by Nerchio, but at the same time there are 2 drops happening at the main base location as well as the 4th base location of Nerchio. There is going to be a beautiful counterattack here by Classic, doing so much damage. If he takes down this main base location, that is going to be absolutely huge right now, and he does absolutely do just that with a bunch of these Zealots. Beautiful play here by our Protoss player. That counterattack did a lot of damage, a lot more damage than I thought it was going to do, and now Classic kind of took an eye for an eye there. I think he really, you know, now that Nerchio, you know, he loses that, you know, that main base, that is going to slow down production substantially now, almost losing that 3rd base location as well. This could force Nerchio into an all-in here shortly. I think that, you know, he can't create any more Swarm Hosts right now. No more Hydras. He's going to have to create a lot of Zerglings unless once he gets that lair back up. And it does look like now, here we go. There's going to be more and more of those storms that are going to be coming in here. And it does look like, once again, Nerchio is really keeping his opponent on his toes, getting the cancel on that 4th base location once again. More and more of these run-bys with these Zealots. Very, very effective so far, but here we go. It does look like those Immortals are going to do so much damage to these Hydralisks. Going very far on creep, though. That is something that you definitely do not want to go, you know, overextend if you are Classic at this point in the game. He knows at this point that he is ahead, and our Zerg player is not able to really make any other units at this point. That, you know, the higher tier units. Now the lair's just finishing up, so we are going to start seeing more and more probably Swarm Hosts as well as Hydras, and these Zealot run-bys are absolutely doing so much damage. Here we go. Those Locusts are trying to do more and more damage here, but there are so many shield batteries here to really help Classic right now. And wow, Classic is showing us why he is one of the best Protoss players on the planet currently, doing so much damage with this, you know, not a very big army, but this is a deadly force of, you know, Immortals as well as High Templars and Archons and even some Zealots mixed in there. And here we go. It does look like there is going to be a push near the top right-hand corner of the map of a bunch of Hydras, and it looks like Classic is at enough. He's going to start moving in with this army composition. Beautiful storms once again on top of all of these units. The Swarm Hosts are not able to do very much, and just like that, more and more storms are coming in. This death ball of ground-based units for the Protoss is doing so much damage, getting a lot of kills here against the Hydralisk as well as these Swarm Hosts. Beautiful play here by Classic. He's hitting at multiple angles at once, going right after that lair once again, and just like that, this entire army is forced back, and Classic is taking a commanding lead against his opponent. More and more of those Locusts are going to be coming out of the Swarm Host, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough. A massive Warp-In is coming. Could this be the end of game number 1 here? Classic looks like he is not turning back. A little bit of some micro here. He could have the victory. Is Nerchio going to be able to hold on? Some beautiful pickup micro, and Classic takes game number 1 against his opponent Nerchio in absolutely brilliant fashion. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Classic and Nerchio, and if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe for new, stay positive, and as always, I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.